Welcome to the second video for Scarlett's Cancer-Free Community. We are trying our best to keep our charity open and alive for the mission that we've set for ourselves, which is to help cancer families in their time of need. And this holiday season, I know it's a tough time for everyone because of the COVID shutdowns and lots of people being out of work. I know that not everyone can donate, and that's fine, but we do need your help. We need you to share this video. We need you to follow our YouTube page if you can, to subscribe to it, to watch the videos. Any of that can get us advertising money. Because, let's be real, even as hard as this is for everyone, this is a holiday season coming up, and it's especially hard if you've just recently gotten a diagnosis for cancer. Hearing that you've got cancer is probably the hardest thing that anyone has to hear. But infinitely harder is hearing that your child has been diagnosed with cancer. And there are people out there right now whose child is in the hospital, who didn't get to celebrate Halloween, and not because of COVID, because of the cancer, because of their immune system. And I can tell you from our experience that Scarlett's first year of dealing with cancer, we spent Halloween at home, and because she was too sick to go outside, we spent Thanksgiving in the hospital. We spent Christmas in the hospital. We spent Valentine's Day in the hospital. Basically every holiday that you could think of for the first year of her treatment, we were in the hospital. But during the holiday season, we were in the hospital for weeks and months at a time, not knowing if she was going to survive, not knowing if she was going to get through the blood infections and all of the things. And when you're dealing with trying to make all those decisions for your child, it's really hard to be awake, stressed at 3 in the morning, wondering if you're going to have a home to go home to. And that is the mission for our charity, is to help the families be able to pay their rent so that they don't have to worry so much during this time about that particular thing. And maybe then they can spend a little time worrying about whether they're going to get the best, newest toy or the new PlayStation 5 that I hear is out. Wouldn't it be nice if that was your only worry? And for some of us, that is our only worry right now. But there's a lot of people out there that is not their worry. That is not the thing they're stressed about. They're worried about whether their child is going to live to see Christmas. They're worried about, even if they get to Christmas, if they're going to have a home to go home to. So for our charity that we started earlier this year, Scarlett's Cancer-Free Community, we've had to modify a lot of things because of the COVID. We've had to change our goals. But our new goal is to try to reach $10,000 in donations by the end of the year so that we can keep our charity running and so that we can help several families pay their rent during this time, so that we can help families have a little bit of reprise while they're sitting in the hospital worrying about all the 10,000 things that happen to their child on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that are scary, that their child doesn't want to do, that makes their child cry, that causes their child pain. And I ask you, seeing this video, to just be very grateful if these are not your worries this holiday season. Because there are plenty of people out there who it is. And even if you personally aren't able to donate, we understand. If you can just share this with as many people as you know, and maybe they'll share with as many people as they know, and I hope that we can get there. I believe that we can get to our goal of $10,000 by the end of the year by sharing, by finding people who are only worried about whether they have a PlayStation 5. And maybe they'll donate a little bit of that money to help people who have way bigger worries this holiday season. I am very grateful that my daughter is doing very well right now, that she's happy and she's finally learned how to climb trees and she's finally learned how to ride a bike, and her biggest worry right now is whether or not she's going to get a new American Girl doll for Christmas. But my worry is about all those other mothers and fathers sitting in hospital rooms right now who maybe are able to work but are choosing not to because they would much rather be there with their child, who are also worried about how they're going to provide. We got very lucky our first year that God kept providing for us. Every month I would sit down and I would pray that I would find a way to get through another month, and that's all I needed. Sometimes people would say ridiculous things, to me at least, like, oh yeah, if I could just win the lottery. And I'm like, man, I don't need to win the lottery. I just need to fucking pay my rent this month. And I really want to help those people. So help me help them. Help me get them to a place where they're not having to worry month to month to month, so that we can give them a couple of months of reprise during this holiday season where they only have to worry about whether their kid is okay. Thank you.